turn back on the YouTube. What? Split the video because I switched this as a split stream between Ranking DOS games, where we did a little bit of dungeon crawl, Lindley Hensel's dungeon crawl, which eventually became Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, and now I'm continuing our look at all of my roguelikes, trying to get through them. What were you up to today, Doc? For those that don't know, by the way, Doc is a fantastic streamer, really, really cool person. Does a lot of games that I really love. Why?
Locking in that choice chamber.
Oh, nice! Thank you for the resub. Let's lock in the choice chamber. There we go. Spend more money. I was like, wait, why did the spend more money thing came on? I forgot that I'd redone that, so that now it has that from Star Gunner. Doc does a lot of games that I really like. Really into Mountain Blade, which I don't know a lot of people that were into Mountain Blade. I remember getting Mountain Blade off of a bulletin board, like forum. God, when was that? Like in the early aughts? And just having a blast with it. I've not been able to do as much Bannerlord as I'd like, but I need to get back to it at some point. So Doc does a lot of really, really rad stuff. The... Uh-oh. Sword Lover. Oh, hi. Hi, buddy. You've always been a tile set liker, not really the big tiles are overly detailed, but just love the little like 16 by 16 tile like guys. Yeah, exactly. Hi. For those that are coming into this run a little ways in. Oh, why did it change which game we're on? Hello? What the hell? Whoa. Something happened there. That's no good. I must have accidentally reset that. That is obviously not what's supposed to be going on. There we go. All right. Hi, buddy. I know. This is a punch bot. So we are a true kin. He wants my chair so bad. Which is essentially we can do like cybernetics. If Doc is still here, you'll be interested to see this run in a way, because I started out with hand bones, a thing that I never do as Truekin, and something that I should more often. The hand bones are really strong, so you get your fists doing damage. They work as cudgel weapons, and you just punch things to death. We've already upgraded them to Fullerite hand bones, even though we're only level 13. Because, this is the cool thing about this run, when I went to the 6-day stilt, which is kind of the main town of the game, there were 4 Gutsmongers. Hey, Shing. Good to see you. Hi, buddy. I know you want my chair, but I would like to keep my chair. How are the Caves of Cut today? Pretty good. Like I said, this run has a lot of potential. I've been having some pretty medium runs. But this one has... I'm going to curse it. It has some real good things to start. Namely, like I said, 6-day stilt has not 1, which it always has, not 2, not 3, but 4 Gutsmongers for us to get cybernetics. So basically we can just pick which cybernetics we want. Okay, you're gonna be kind of a pain. My accuracy is bad. So yeah, we're trying to do very high strength punch bot. Strength is uncapped on hand bones. And what that means is that for most of the weapons, they have a strength bonus cap. So you can only get so much damage off of just strength alone. And you have to keep upgrading your weapons. With the hand bones, they don't have that. So you can just keep boosting your strength more and more and more. And it'll give you more penetration value. Which in this game, if you penetrate more, you start dealing like double and then triple and quadruple, depending on how many times you penetrate damage. And finally on a good run yourself. Oh, hell yeah. What are you doing? 11 arms, level 39, 46 strength. Yeah, that's a pretty good run. I've only had 1 or 2 runs that have gotten about that far. I have made it on classic all the way to, the very end of the game, or very close anyway. I'd imagine the final boss fight. I fought the Gersh Nephilim. I don't want anybody to spoil the ending. I don't know anything about what the actual like story ending of this game is, and it has an incredible story. So I always like to preface that real quick. Do not tell me how the story ends, because I don't want to hear it. I'll be upset if you tell me. You've not made it there yet? Yeah, hoping that runs gets you there. Hell yeah. I mean, 11 arms and a bunch of axes is a really good build. There's some wild stuff you can do with axes. Have you been doing the, do you have a bunch of faces also? Because one of the most powerful thing you can do with a bunch of axes is, as a mutant like that, is to also get yourself a whole bunch of faces and get really good merchant skills. Everybody loves a person with a bunch of faces, as it turns out. You have 4 heads. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Although that doesn't necessarily mean how many faces you have. It's another very fun CUD thing. Faces do not have to correspond to heads. You can always have a lot of nuclear protrusions and sensory organs where you can stick face slots. Level 14. I assume you wake up in your own shower IRL in a world where Caves of Cud doesn't exist and you're filled with drive to recreate it in this new world, adding to the endless cycle of Caves of Cud being spread throughout all reality, slowly consuming all to create the truest of Cuds when you beat it. I don't know. I've heard that... I mean, I hear nothing but incredible things about the ending, and considering how good the writing is before that, you'd be surprised. There's a reason that Caves of Cud won the Hugo for best writing. So we got cooking skills, right? Sure did. So what else do we want now? Could start learning some Tinker stuff. Tinker is always good to have. You're saying my theory has a chance. It's not a 0%er. Flinching away from missile attacks is really good. I think I'll do that for now. We just spent a bunch of skill points learning how to cook. We can probably just get some very, very boring basic combat skills for a second. Although cooking is wildly strong. Oh, my friends, the Puttis Templar. Hey, sir. I don't know what you're doing, but please stop. Little stasis fielding them. I don't trust him. I don't trust him not to grenade me if he's doing that. Painted buckler. At noon, under a rare and citrine sky, the people of Alagalep saw an image on the horizon that looked like a telescope bathed in citrine. It was Uper who'd... And after he came and left Alagalep, the people built a monument to him, and thenceforth called him the Citrine Telescope. Perfect. Jewel-encrusted semi-automatic pistol. A serrated battle axe. Hello, eyeless crab shell. It's actually one of the better early shields that you can get, if I remember correctly. Yep, 4 and 3. It's very heavy. Okay, thankfully our robot friends killed Gun Pig that was shooting at us. Holy shit. That's a lot of gun. I don't think we want to go in there. Whoa, we slipped on the slime. Yeah. Actually... I was thinking temporal fugue could help, but our clone is an idiot. Doesn't help that my agility kinda sucks, so our aim is bad. Honestly, I might be able to run at this one. There we go. God. I'm assuming there's good stuff in here, which is why I'm doing that. And I need a lot of money. A lot of money. Money is the #1 thing I need right now because of... all of those shops that I mentioned previously that we really need to get to. God, this is a brawl. We're just gonna sit in the corner. Aw, I didn't get the slam. Slam is fun because you can throw people through walls. Painted furs. Early in 3098, and after several tumultuous years, the Sultan of Qud abdicated the throne because of Qadati's periodic eyes. She was chosen as successor, of course. Only makes sense. Let's preserve all of our food. God, which took off about 50 pounds of weight. Okay, so we're coming to the first quest line here a little bit late. But that's good. I don't mind being over-leveled. I don't think we want to have a high-explosive missile. I can probably just sell off carbide hand bones. I can probably stash them instead and wait. Anything that I want from you? This is probably interesting. It's expensive to just do that. Speaking of expensive things that we would like to purchase. Kind of sucks that that recoiler is painted, because it just means that it costs more money to get. And it's an item that we actually want. Recoilers let you teleport. Metamorphic polygel lets you copy any item. Which, as you can imagine, pretty good. Also a little expensive. I'm gonna dump some things like that for now. Oh, I'm an idiot. I still have that plastic tree. I should dump that too. Let's look at our quests really quickly. We need to find Snout End. We've got to go to Golgotha. I'm gonna go to Joppa first. Take out transparent skin and periodic bird's bane. And dump off the plastic tree. Taking that with us because I think I might want to go to the 6-day stilt soon and sell all of those for a tidy profit. Okay, 3 to 7 parasangs west of Platinum Kimripper. Where is Platinum Kimripper? There. Oh no, that's gonna be obnoxious. Is it west though? West of Kimripper. Okay, so that's not as bad. These are, as mountains, you can't just walk into them in the overworld like I'm doing. You have to manually go through them, and it's kind of the worst. Also, we just ended up in the new Puma War. Let's not do that, actually. Those, we're about to have a big battle, and I kind of don't want to be involved. Could have probably talked to one of them to learn everything, but that's okay. Wonder if I should just try and do the overworld and go back and forth in it. Okay, this being going to the west of there, it's not nearly so bad. These tar pits can be bad. Not the best place to be. But we're a high enough level and have good enough stuff to deal with it, I think. I think we already have spiked gauntlets. Yes. None of this is worth a lot. Again, I'll take just about anything. If we can sell it, I probably want it. We'd have to just rely on hitting it at random. God, right, and I don't actually have that much. I guess I could do hills and mountains would have helped us. Oh, did we find it? Mabamu. That is not what we were looking for. What were we looking for? It is Snout End. That sounds like a settlement. It sounds like it's gonna be a pig farmer. Normality gas grenades. Eh. Normality's interesting. You can just basically remove things like mutations and stuff from everybody. Alright, fine. We'll do it. We'll do it the hard way. We'll just head west. Bring out your rocks, will you, baboons? Turns out I got bullet. Oh, buddy. Ugh. Oh, come on. I know. You're so complaining. He wants my chair really badly. I'm gonna just dig through the wall. Hi? Why are you biting me? It's not very nice. Bud, you're gonna be a menace until I give you the chair, huh? That's the new strategy. It's a pretty good strategy. Where is it? Oh, there he is. Ugh. Oh, there's multiples of them. Fun. Stop trying to blow up my brain, please. Thank you. I don't think I actually need a corpse. It's not net hack. We don't need to eat them. Mechanical wings, you say? That gives us the ability to fly, which is pretty amazing. Excuse me, sorry. One problem is they're also really heavy. Oh, I thought that was enough. I totally miscalculated. I wanted to auto-explore a little bit to see if there were any weird artifacts any of them had, but if they don't, then I'm not gonna keep picking up all the random garbage that they leave on the ground. They are just snap draws. It's pretty unlikely that we care too much about what they have. Love a good spider that splits into more spiders. As a personal fan of spiders, like in real life, that would make me not a fan of spiders anymore. I have to admit. I like spiders, but you never want more spiders than what you were expecting. Now we got some chompers. Perfect. Gotta be some garbage here. Oh yeah, we do not need bark armor. It's gonna be worth almost nothing. I'm not sure what they're attacking. Oh, we're in the spider ape war. Got you. God. This is where we need to make friends with baboons or something. Because dealing with this many is a real pain. Fine. They're all stuck in the tar. Let's keep looking. And a wall. I do really wish we had a pickaxe to dig through this. I was hoping this was just a small thing, but This looks real solid. I should almost certainly find a different way to go around, but... in for a penny. We're already here. We're just going through our anime arc. We're like... punching the wall until we're unstoppable. This is a bad move. We're almost through this screen, though. There we go. There's an exit somewhere. You've been poking at roguelikes a bit more and found a real oddball one. Sorcerer's Cave, 1978 board game where you explore a randomly generated dungeon, and it came to Windows in 1995. That is a strange one. Especially because that means, like, Sorcerer's Cave would have been right around the time that Rogue was coming out. And Beneath Apple Manor. All the actual original Rogues. The Beneath Apple Manor thing is the weird one. Apple Manor likes doesn't roll off the tongue in the same way, though. I don't even want to fight these turtles. I don't need to. Okay, that is a lot of scrap jaws, though. And... hold up. Hated by goat folk. Admired by the family of the pistachio miniature clock, which I don't care. Okay, we can have those as enemies. This gives us some reputation with factions, which is good. Killing legendary characters is a big thing in CUD. Because of that, the reputation bonus is nice. Goat folk are now indifferent to me. So, jungle just became really a lot nicer to get through. Ooh, and we get Reshef lore. So normally, the jungle is full of goat folk, and goat folk are kind of obnoxious. By kind of obnoxious, I mean really scary. They've got guns, and, those glow crows don't like me. Why do those ones not like me? Weird. I'm just gonna leave. I don't need to worry about it. Do. This is what I meant to do. Okay, hold up. Okay, so it said 3 to 7 parasangs west of Platinum Kimripper. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it could still be in these salt dunes. Not these salt dunes, though. That's unfortunate. Oh god, the layer of a legendary Dawn Glider. No, thank you. Let's go turn in some stuff. I don't actually need levels that badly. Said I really need money for all these gutsmongers. Things that we're looking for now. God, what even are we looking for now, actually? Biodynamic power plant. Certainly interesting. Parabolic muscular subroutine can be a very cool one for certain builds, but we've got low agility. That doesn't really seem to be us. Better hand bones would be good. What else are we looking for, even? Better hand bones. Wouldn't mind motorized treads. I would like to chop my legs off and give myself some tank treads for this run. I think that'd be fun. I might want like an intravenous port. They still have the treads. Communications interlock. It's not the run for it. We had a run earlier that went really well. We're starting to get pretty good. And it was Precision Force Lathe, and we never managed to get or find parabolic muscular subroutine to go with it. This one lets you 3D print knives. And you can get new ones. Just automatically. The throwing parabolic muscular subroutine gives you better throws. And then you can even graft on an extra arm and just get like double throws, which is super cool. You can then, if you get like penetrating radar, you can see through walls. And then there's one more, I can't remember the name of it now. That lets you like then fire weapons through walls. So you can get real wild with it. I think I'm willing to buy... No, I should wait first. Okay, so let's just... Because there's so many of these to find and look at. We know that the one on the corner... has the tank treads. Reactive cranial plating's pretty good. It's like something to have anyway. We have the precision force lathe, mirror arm, and parabolic muscular subroutine. We have all of them. So I could do that build that we wanted. Problem is you need more agility generally. And we are a strength build right now. But imagine how cool that is. Would I have anywhere near enough to buy this type of thing? I could get the mirror arm. Problem is I still would really need that precision force lathe. Like, the muscular subroutine's easier to find. The force lathe is a little bit harder. The grafted mirror arm is definitely the hardest. So I'm gonna buy that now. I'm too tempted. Punchbot becomes a throwbot. Could up our agility. I'm still gonna go more strength because that just gives us +6 right now. And then we might want to go for, like, knockback, which is somewhere. Tactics? It's in tactics. It's kickback, sorry. So when you fire a missile weapon at a target in melee range, you attempt to kick the target backwards. You just kind of knock them backwards from you. We also have slam already, which slam lets us knock them back even through walls. So we can just throw knives at them when they get close enough. We then just smash them real hard with our very, very strong hands. And then just start throwing knives at them again. I think that works okay. I'm gonna work back on getting this quest done again. We're kind of just doing busy work for right now as I try and get up enough money to do some of the rad things that I want to set up. I mean, going to Golgotha should be pretty easy at this point, especially with our cooking skill. So maybe I should just do that soon. Finishing the Golgotha quest does have the advantage of giving us... Actually, I guess if we're high enough level, I probably don't get it. You often get a Masterwork Scoped Carbine as a melee weapon, which is real nice. While traveling through Ekapir Ghetto, Uber III stopped at a market in New Ibad. At an obscure shop, he purchased a boundless bracelet and named it Boundlessicus Uberfriend. Okay, new quest. Find Boundlessicus Usurperfriend, or whatever that was. Oh, you know what? I just had an idea. Hey, Ashenstrix! Good to see you. How you doing? With the way that we searched that, does that mean... It might mean that the only place Snoutsend can be is east from here. Caves have been good. We've been doing really well. We have a very sick run going. I don't know if you know too much about Caves of Cud. We get favor with unshelled reptiles, pariahs, and succulents. Nothing super important, but sure. That is a lot of rep with a lot of factions. More Reshef lore. Good stuff. Okay, you've known a little bit then. Sure. How far did you get, by the way, then? I've actually made it to late game. I have basically made it to the end. I just didn't see the end of the story. I lost to what I believe is the final boss. Fuck. Where is... We should have found it. It's so weird that we didn't see this spot that we're supposed to go to. Like, we even dug through a wall to just go straight west. If we do that, that should mean, like, we went all 3 to 7 parasangs west. It's strange. I don't know why I can't find this spot. It's bothering me. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one for now, and we'll have to think about it. That sucks. I don't know why I can't find Snout End. The Platinum Kim Ripper. Huh. And it's 3 to 7 Parasangs West. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've gone that whole way. Like, even so much again. I'll try and, like, go 1 square up, 1 square down the whole way. See if that's how we missed it. But, like, we even did things that are really stupid, like, tunneled our way through. But yeah, Ashen, if you know anything about the game too much, we're playing a Truekin, so we can get cybernetics. And our 6-day stilt has 4 cybernetics merchants. So we just get our pick of cybernetics, which is incredible. I just have to make enough money is the problem. And then, of course, get the credits for it. I do not need a Snapjaw corpse. Yeah, like we even dug through the wall and we still haven't found this location they wanted. This is so weird. 1 south, 1 north doesn't seem to be doing anything. How have we not found this? I'm gonna go 1 north this way still. Yeah, time for silly. We started out as a punch bot, and then I immediately upgraded to fullerite hand bones from the starting carbide ones. And we have a lot of strength, as you might notice. But now, I did get a grafted mirror arm. So I'm kind of thinking that I go for, parabolic muscular subroutine and precision force lathe and just throw knives at people forever. Fuck. There's Snout End. Okay. God, what a pain. It was 256 that asked us to go here, I believe. I've located Snout End. Give me payment. What's the payment? Thermal grenade, freeze grenade, EMP grenade. I could make friends with pigs. Let's be amorous of DE48B. Our cool teeth. So that's not going to be worth any money. But as always, making friends is the best experience in CUD. Okay, we won't have enough money to just buy anything that we want still from the Gutsmongers. Still kind of want to look just to see if we can find that precision force lathe again. I gotta remember, like, honestly, with how many there are... Get back here. Sir? Thank you. We'll always find what we really need. Like, we should not struggle that much. Every time we come here, we should find something interesting. Like, there's the intravenous port we were talking about if we wanted to keep going really wild on fists. There's ultra-elastic ankle tendons that we can go fast without chopping off our... Sorry about that. Yeah, stream died. For those that don't know, I had some RAM that corrupted. Great time for it. And so I'm operating on half the RAM that I normally would be. So OBS crashed. So I think that's what happened. I think I was just running too much stuff. Anyway, I was saying that we can almost always get something cool. I still kind of want to get tank treads. But ultra elastic ankle tendons are maybe better because it means that we don't have to worry about... Chopping your legs off means that you lose a lot of slots for things. And there's also the intravenous port here that we talked about. If we wanted to go into being the punch bot still and just use like Hulk honey injectors to up our strength a bunch. I don't have quite enough to buy any of that. That's okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. We're going to have... I imagine we'll have some computer problems for a while until I get that RAM back from RMA. So, like, it should be replaced by the company because it's within warranty. Does that mean it will actually get replaced? Well... we'll find out. If it doesn't, I don't know. I'm not sure I can afford more RAM right now, so we might have to make some hard decisions. But we'll pretend that that'll be fine. Yeah, we don't have quite enough money to buy any of the things that we need anyway. So let's... We have yuck wheat, right? I'm pretty sure we've got to have some preserved yuck wheat. We don't. Do I want to do the stupid thing and go through Golgotha without having yuck wheat, even though we did all of our meal prep stuff? Like, it's right here. It's easy. Could also just go to a city and buy some yuck wheat. That being said, like, we've got a lot of toughness, right? Yeah, 22. We should resist a lot of the disease. And if we resist disease, we can also... just go ahead and use the porridge that we'll find in Gritgate afterwards to try and heal ourselves up. We're probably fine. I did get mechanical wings, and with that, we have access to fly. There's the chance that we fall and then die horribly. Okay. Whew. Oh, sorry, there's no screen. Let's see the game screen. I apologize. There we go. We made it through. Sorry that I didn't get to show it. We had the fly. We went down. We get the Waydroid, and we leave. Okay, that was one of the easiest Golgothas I've ever done. I've had some easy Golgothas, but that was exceptionally simple. So you didn't miss much. I literally just flew down. There was a droid 5 feet away. We grabbed it. We're good. Yeah, we're just doing the hack director thing and talking about action that happened off screen. And then our adventurer made it through Golgotha just fine. Don't worry about it. We have found better gun. Let's use better gun. And we get to talk to Q-Girl, the very cool punk hacker albino quilled bear. In other words, one of the best characters in this game. Okay, where else do we have? I need to look at some other historic sites. Oh, God. We need other historic sites. This is our problem. We don't have anywhere for that. Oh, I made another mistake. I want to go talk to Q-Girl again. Q-Girl happens to always have a cybernetics credit wedge, so that we can upgrade our cybernetics. Yeah, like that. I wonder if we can do 2 grafted mirror arms and have 3 throw slots. I don't actually know. So far, we'll have to settle with just one. How are we gonna find a good historic site to get? Like, I'm not really looking at going through... Like, I guess we could go through, Bethesda Susa now. But I'm not really confident on our build for that. Not right now. We need some other things to go well for us. Like, I have the cybernetics. I don't have them installed. This is me sitting here and looking at, like, I have a GPU, I have a I have like a big pile of RAM. We've got a computer, and I haven't actually done any of this. The graphics are amazing on this game, AAA quality. They are. It has an incredible style. I actually think that they did a really, really neat job of both evoking old ASCII graphics and also adding on a lot of really, really neat, like, particle effects and all kinds of things to give it a lot of charm. So, the goat folk should actually like us? Yeah. Neat. It's also the only roguelike you're willing to play on controller. For classic rogues, yes, yeah. For traditional roguelikes, yeah. Definitely. Oh yeah. The games were made with true ASCII graphics back in the day. We were actually just playing Dungeon Crawl before this because I have another show called DOS Cider, our ranking of DOS games, and we were going over it. Let's go down to Kayakukia. Because fighting Mammon is probably more reasonable. So let's find Mammon Soul Drinker. Also, I need to talk to Mayor Nuntu and get Legendary Hatter. Dang. You always wish for a legendary Gutsmonger. This is silly. I shouldn't do this, right? But also, what if these are like... What if this is a missile launcher? It is a missile launcher. Hey, Bard! Good to see you! Things are going well. Things are going very well. We have a Truekin run going where our 6-day stilt has not... I mean, there's always one Gutsmonger, but we don't have 2 Gutsmongers or 3. We have 4 in the 6-day stilt. So I can kind of get my choice of cybernetics. The problem after that is finding the historic sites to actually get the implants, because right now we are not doing that. We have 3 historic sites And they are in the worst goddamn places. Moonstare, almost Moonstare, and then the starter one. I'm playing Classic. Yeah, I'm playing Classic. I am trying to beat every roguelike that I own. And that means playing them as roguelikes. I've definitely thought about playing this as non-roguelike, like as roleplay, just to get the ending. I have been to the end, or like the final boss fight kind of thing, what seemed like it was the final boss fight. The Gersh Nephilim. But I have never actually beaten it, and I would like to be able to do that. So I definitely have thought about it, but since we've got this challenge, I'm like, well, my first win's going to be legitimate, quote unquote. You won on roleplay a couple weeks ago for the first time? Hell yeah, nice. I really want to experience the story end, so I feel bad that I haven't done that, but whatever. We'll get there eventually. We have to. That's what we're doing. Nope. Oh boy, box of crayons. It's like, nice thing again is the goat folk should all be totally cool with us. Making friends with the goat folk before doing this was really nice. The end is awesome. Yeah, I hear that all the time. I don't know anything about the actual end of the game. But yeah, there's a hell of a story going on. What the fuck is happening here? Oh, friendly! Okay. Right, we're friends with birds. Good for us. Okay, it looks like... What the fuck are they fighting? Mechanimists? What have we gotten into? Okay, I don't want to get into that space-time vortex, that's for sure. Or that other space-time vortex. Or that other space-time vortex. Or that other space-time vortex. This seems like a spot to just, like, leave? But also, since everybody doesn't hate us, as long as we don't get swallowed up by some terrifying bullshit, there might be some really cool loot left behind here. Ooh, that's not what I meant to do. Cut is very... I mean, Cut is written by a trans woman. She streams Cut, actually, from time to time. I follow her on Blue Sky. She doesn't know me at all. Ooh, painted Puma Titan. But yeah, no, they're really awesome people. Okay, learn all about Reshef, the Ghost in Cerulean. God, it's so good to not have the goat folk after me. Although, is that goat folk after me? Why are you after me? Hey. Yeah, the Hindran are, very, very cool. It's a nicely written love story. Like, this is better? Although it wrecks our reputation with cats. I think cats already kind of hate us. This isn't fair. I specifically made friends with goat folk, so I didn't have this problem. Wait, are goat folk fighting goat folk here? Thing is, I'm pretty sure if I kill this one... No! Okay, I was like, normally that makes other ones, even the friendly ones, get mad at you. Got displaced. My reputation with cats is in shambles already. It actually is, I think. Yeah, cats hate us. But also, yeah, my cat is very annoyed because I didn't give him my chair today. He's sleeping in his cat tower because of the indignity that I've offered him. Get slammed, idiot. Oh, I have to remember... We do have a gun, and we have very low accuracy, so summoning up a clone, not always the best thing for me to do. We have one little bull left. How am I getting clones? I got a Sultan artifact that gives me temporal fugue. Just for one. Yeah, it's not the most useful, but it is there. Okay, I don't need a club. I don't need wrenches. That is still too much. What did I pick up? A lot of garbage. I need a lot of garbage, though, because I need a lot of money for all these cybernetics. Okay, I'm gonna search around, because the goats generally like me. So we should actually be okay to just explore, say hi. We're gonna go to Kayakukia. Change this in for some money. kind of tempted about that kite and vest. There's cheese to have infinite clones. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know about that one, but yeah, I'm not surprised. There's some... I've seen some wild things you can do. I haven't done any of the wild stuff in here, but I know, like in a similar vein for games, I have gotten to the extreme end game of Noida, and that has a similar vibe of, once you start going to parallel dimensions, things get interesting. Noida's another one you need to get further in. You've never even gotten a normal win. Oh god. Noida is so cool. Noida is very high up there for roguelikes with wild nonsense. We have a lot of water on us. Store some garbage here. Specifically, a lot of this water so that we're not just overweight right away. Shed some water weight. Let's wear that. Nope. Did that wrong. It's okay. I would much prefer to get rid of the compass bracelets. Oh yeah, the depth of secrets in Noida is wild. There's still stuff that they don't actually know. Like, there are people with tens of thousands of hours in Noida, and they've data mined the game, but the devs used cryptography, and there's still hidden information that people don't understand. So there's still puzzles that are unsolved in that game to this day. And they added in a bunch more with some of the recent patches. Because why not? Oh, I meant to grab the Kayakukia recoiler from them. I didn't do that. Nope. Man, I didn't get the Crit Gate one either, like an idiot. Whoops. Also, let's figure out what this cell is. High capacity chem cell. Sure. It's fine. Let's intimidate as many of them as I can. Then we'll temporal fugue. Did my fugue clone? No, okay. I was like, did they end up on the other screen? Nope. I do not need a corpse. There's a lot of things that I need for money. I'll take almost anything. Corpses, they're not worth enough. Not sure I thought that charging a flying enemy was a good idea, but we did it, and it worked out, I guess. Projects like Noida and Cud breathe life into what you consider to be an undead simulacrum of the gaming industry. I think there's a lot of really good stuff still out there. The game industry has some major problems, though. The thing is that it's always had major problems. It's just what those problems are have shifted. It's easy to look back at things and see the good stuff that happened. But like, yeah. No, I get ya. I definitely have to stop myself from that all the time. But always a good check, for example, is like, okay, so what do you consider a good era of gaming? Because I have a example that I think will work. Because like I have my thoughts on what, like, cause I kind of love the early aughts and stuff in a lot of ways with a lot of the games that are there. But then I gotta remember, I always go like, yeah, that's nostalgia for a lot of it. And I have a way of putting that into my brain that I can share. And it's a way of like doing it while also finding like something interesting in a way. Like it's not just being relentlessly negative, being reductive largely for the bit, but comparing the top games of the year for like 2006 versus the preceding 5 years is staggering. Sure, yeah, okay. So like, so early aughts then. And yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in the early aughts. I just realized I can't open up Firefox easily because that's what caused my RAM crash earlier, but we'll see. I should be able to do something. Let me just see. Because this is right about the right time. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I am fully with you. That's an era of gaming that I absolutely love. Like, everybody talks about 2004, I think, in particular, right? As being just this incredible year of games. Like, that's a really, really popular one. Because 2004 has, like... yeah. Like, Thug 2... Half-Life 2, Halo 2, like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There's stuff for like kind of anybody, if that makes sense. Like there's Fable and Far Cry and Katamari Damacy, which is incredible. So like that's just so good. Like there's amazing stuff that came out. However, also just like 2004 in games. You have this, a game series that I absolutely loved, but this is something that is like, God, it's so constant throughout the aughts, and it sucks so bad. And look at the advertising around that time and around games. Look at what they did to Prince of Persia. This is when they had the, like, Godsmack trailer for Warrior Within. Look at the chainmail bikini on this woman. It is absurd. It's so bad. It's laughable. It plays really well. But, like, it's unbelievable the way that that character looks. God, I can't find better versions of her. She has this unreal chainmail wedgie. Like, just the worst that I've ever seen in any game. Yeah, as far as, like, mainstream games go, there's no room for something like Caves of Cud. Or, like, Hypnospace Outlaw. Or Dicey Dungeons. Like, there's not a lot of space for a lot of really cool things like that in some ways. Katamari Damacy is one of the better ones. Like, as, like, a weird, different, cool thing that happened around that era. But there is so much of, like, that edgy, get women into chainmail bikinis, play some really bad nu metal over your trailer bullshit from that era that just sucks. That was when they were doing, Nintendo of America was doing the ads of, like, Kirby's a bad boy, if you've ever seen that, where they put Kirby in jail with a beard as an ad. It's got all... My trick, and this was my trick, is that go back to the era of games that you're like, wow, there were no problems with this era for, like, because most people will say, like, late 90s, early aughts. Go pick up go to the Video Game History Foundation and look at a bunch of the magazines and just check out the ads, because they are rancid. It's all the, like, there's the famous one too from, like, I think it's Sega, of the woman laying on a bed like this with video games around her, and she's, like, totally naked, and they're like, you didn't even look at the beautiful woman, you gamer. And it's like, oh god, like, it's all that. It's so much of that. So I like to, and like I said, it's neat because then it also gives, I like looking at that kind of thing when I think of eras and trying to gain the perspective of, like, okay, yeah, like, I'm looking at all the games that I really like from that time and what they did the best. Like, because if you look at 2004 from the perspective of Halo 2 and Katamari Damacy, like, yeah, fuck yeah. It's a better gaming year than pretty much anything has been for a while in a lot of ways. But it's easy to look at the hits and forget the misses. And it's a fun way of putting it in perspective. Well, like, learning stuff and seeing all the, like, weird nonsense they came out with. Like, I'm sure you already knew. Like, it's not like you weren't way out of perspective, but it's just one that I like to do every once in a while, because it's just, it gives you some interesting perspective and a lot of, like, it's fun to learn the history. Even if the history kind of fucking sucks. Oh, Oh, that's not what I wanted. I don't want robots to hate me, so I really need to run from any of the legendary robots for a little while. Oh, shit. I mean, yeah, we've got a lot of garbage. Do I need 4 clubs? No. I honestly don't need any of the Nefertali stuff. All their stuff is kind of trash. This is a lot of them, though. This is a bit of a problem. Oof. Yeah, I knew I was in a lot of trouble there. That one's a bit of a bummer. Just a bit. Okay, we haven't done a mutant in a little while. Live and drink. Remember to live. Alright, let's go water merchants. I love my unstable genome. I'm gonna try and do a bit of, let's go Turtle Wizard a bit again. Let's see what we can get. So we'll grab Spontaneous Combustion, so we'll randomly set ourselves on fire. But we'll also grab Carapace, which gives us incredible heat and cold resistance, so we won't care. And then a bunch of Unstable Genome. I'm gonna leave that at 18. And we'll just kind of do a broad spread. And my thought behind that is I would really prefer to get ego mutations. But we are just mutating. So we never know. Could be anything. Two attempts left. speed run through the early game again. 2 attempts left before we switch games. Specifically. I didn't think we'd have that much trouble there. This is the problem. I get overconfident. It's always the issue. That is the Caves of Cudway. It's always that bris coming in. That hubris. Okay, I did say we wanted to do mental mutations. Sundermind is an interesting one. It's a pretty good one. But multiple legs. Oh, multiple legs is so good. We'll do that. Wedlock's dear, birds favor. So something that might actually give us reputation with birds. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of feel a little sick about losing 4 Gutsmonger 6-day stilt as a Truekin. That was nasty. To something as silly as Nefeltali. I'm like, I'm friends with, that was not what I meant to do. I'm friends with goats. What's gonna hurt me? Nefeltali? Yes, actually. They can swarm you. And they sure did. Well, yeah, that might have gone a little better. Okay, we actually start with 2 historic sites this time. Nawar Roost might be a while, though, to be fair. take something a little bit dangerous. Why am I bleeding? There we go. Hey, Queen of Lasers! Good to see you. How you doing?
Soon will you be ready?
We have a problem. And it is that I am cornered by a gun. Welcome, welcome, Queen. Hopefully you had a good night. For those that don't know, Queen of Lasers is a really, really cool streamer friend. Does some kind of trek. I don't know which days again, but like random Star Trek games. There's some really wild ones, some pretty terrible ones, some really cool ones. Lots of request nights, and some Elite Dangerous and stuff, so lots of stuff that we love. I'm gonna go ahead and mutate that, because I think I'm gonna need it. Jesus Christ. I did take the big risk by exploring this early. And for all you cool raiders, hi, I'm Ilian. I do a lot of roguelikes and DOS games now. We did my show DOS Cider earlier, where I've been ranking DOS games for the last, like, 3 years. I used to stream a lot of Magic the Gathering a long time ago. Like, a very long time ago. As in, I've been a streamer for, well, put it this way, this year is my 10-year partnerversary, so that should give you some idea. Might spin this one up. Are you thinking about trying to get into Caves of Cud? If you want to get into Caves of Cud, I will help. And we have another Cud expert in chat in Bad Times Bard. Who I met recently. Should have left when I had the chance. I might actually just need to get some short blade to kill this thing. I probably could have left. Oh, I don't even have enough agility. If I spend the point, I would have enough agility, and then I could start doing, like, Bloodletter. I might need it just to live here, stupidly. See you later, bad times. Have a good one. I hope you enjoy your cud later on. Bleed to death. Come on. I have cornered myself in a really bad spot. What on earth is burning there? Oh, all the blood from us. Well, I lived. And got myself into another problem immediately. Oh, fuck. Really? Just totally cornered again? Okay, I'm not phased out. I'm gonna retreat into my shell. Do I have any bandages? I don't. I might just bleed to death. I phase out. But I'll phase back in one round? Wait, why is... Hold up. That is a healing item. Oh, right. Also that summons up... I had already had another tonic, so I just summoned up a whole bunch of horrific clones of myself. That being said, I'm also very weak, so I guess it's not the biggest threat. I can fight these Ascari Raiders. I can't fight that glow moth. God, what a start this one is. This has been a nightmare. Yo, we just found the ruin of House Eisner. This is... I guess this is probably like Stoppsvalen? Critical hits get a +4 bonus to penetration rolls. Wow. Yo, what? Recall story. The 7 lords of House Eisner feasted on boar gut and swilled wine from gilded cups in the ivy-strewn halls of their hold. They spared no concern for temperance, for the coffers of their house had swelled with gardener's gold, amassed through the sale of their water drawn from the lord's wells. But as the gluttonous barons counted 7 amongst their clan, So had become numbered their days of debauchery when the son of a beggared gardener swore a vengeful oath in the name of his father against the house of Eisner. The penniless boy beseeched a gunsmith of great repute to craft for him a pistol of the most exquisite artistry, with which he could be sure to vanquish the 7 lords, and in return the boy promised the smith all the spoils of the battle. The smith, who in the hazel eyes of the boys beheld the spirit of vengeance, agreed. And so the boy, armed with the masterwork pistol, cast open the doors of the hall of Eisner with a fury that shook their iron hinges and seized upon the supping lords. Before any of them had yet set down their gilded cups, the boy unholstered the pistol and shot dead 6 of the Huns of Eisner. The last lord rejoiced at his fortune, and reached for his hip for where he would sling a pistol of his own at the spent boy. But as his crooked finger freed his holster's strap, the boy shot the lord between the eyes, for the smith had crafted for the boy a pistol with 7 chambers and 7 slugs. So this is a unique gun that does in fact have 7 bullets. Clairvoyance, teleportation, and heightened quickness. All fantastic. This one's the boring choice, but really, really good. This is a really interesting run in that it has gone horribly rotten for a lot of it. Holy shit. And then very, very well for some of it. Finding that gun is kind of amazing, especially this early. What is happening with this run? It is veering wildly between and historic ruins. Neat. It is varying wildly between, like, absolutely rancid and incredible. Those are some Dawn Gliders. Those are more Dawn Gliders. Oh, fuck off. Run. Okay, we can go through this ruin real quick. Bunch of corpses and nothing else, huh? Interesting. Let's see what these corpses up here have. Nothing. Oh! I know why, because I just realized it's actually a great salt worm that they churn up the earth behind them, and so random stuff comes up. It can be corpses of, like, really rare things. It can be all kinds of stuff. It's almost useful to follow it, because you never know what you might find. But yeah, we got better things to do. Namely, we need to get to 6 days still, because that'll give us a bunch of experience. Double muscled can be really good. It doesn't match the other things that we're doing so far. I did make our character flexible. But, like, time dilation's really good. If we're gonna have something try to get into melee range with us, it's not a bad idea. Also, I'm gonna buy a mutation now. Teleport other. Two-headed. Two-headed is really good for our ego stuff. Teleport other is interesting, but we've got teleportation and time dilation, starting to get into really good two-headed times. Let's talk about Bela. And I'm just gonna leave. Just wanted the experience. So we upped our agility. I wonder if that pistol is so good, it's almost making me want to run with some guns for a little while. Like, spend points on that, but kind of feels like a bit of a waste. Oh, God. Whoa. Oh! Oh, boy. I'm gonna play with fire here. This is a terrifying fight with some really scary enemies. Oh. Did they throw him through a space-time vortex? This is why we wanted to stick around, though, because now we get the loot from this. Oh, sure, just a standard space-time vortex. Yeah. Oh, we haven't even gotten to, like, going to alternate dimension type stuff yet. Ceremonial slag steel is shaped to a spiraled barrel. +1 intelligence. That is not as good as the Ruin of House Eisner. Although it's wild that we have 2 legendary guns already. Like, absolutely unbelievable. Oh boy. The phylactery of Homond Putrescence. I'm gonna take the cell out of his phylactery. Fuck you, decel your phylactery. And I'm just doing this basically to disassemble stuff. He didn't have an eater's nectar on him though, which is weird. That's the real thing. Most of the legendary, all of the legendary Puttis Templars should have that on them. Oh, we're lost. Let's talk to them. And sell off the steel plate mail, because I have a turtle shell. I can't wear it. That flaming bronze dagger. Cud's the Noida of adventure RPGs? Kind of. Cud's its own thing. I kind of agree with somebody talking about, like, describing Cud and how they had said, you know, trying to, like, place where Cud goes as a game is a little bit like trying to explain the taste of gravity. And I feel that. Okay, we have time dilation now. Let's make you go really slow. Problem with turtles, you can go into their shells and they just take forever to kill unless you have some stuff to deal with them. Like, they're not a huge threat anymore to me, but boy are they a pain. Yeah, have a good night, Queen. You don't know what Noida is. Oh, Noida is another, it's another roguelike. It is one of the devs. It's basically a super group of Finnish devs. One of the devs is the creator of Baba Is You, if you remember that. But it is a platformer roguelike that appears very... not really basic, but it seems like it has some really basic rules on the surface, although it's really hard. And then the way I describe it is I beat the final boss after 100 hours of playing, and when I beat that boss, everybody went, oh, thank God you're finally through the tutorial and you can talk about the game. Because getting to that final boss is a, like, you realize the game space that you've been playing in is the size of a pea, and the game is the size of my yoga ball that I have here. Like, it is, there's parallel dimensions, there's all kinds of weird things, and there's a ton of different endings you can go for. There are a lot of puzzles in the game that have, people have like tens of thousands of hours in it, and there are a lot of puzzles that have been unsolved, even with data mining the game, because it's put into code, like, not computer code, but cryptography. People haven't actually broken it. It's one of those, like, community projects of trying to solve it, kind of like a Fez, but times 10. It's just an absurd nightmare in the same way that this is. Like, I remember yelling to Tanya in the middle of the night and going like, come up here, I need your help. I'm like, okay, I'm... Like, one of the ways that I can think about it is that I had to yell for her to help because I'm like, my brain's a little fried, I've turned myself into a vampire, and I turned all of the lava in hell into blood so I could drink it. And when I got down to an area, I found piano notes, and I know piano notes. Like, I know notes, but I just need to make sure that I'm right so that I can use those notes in another area to try and solve a puzzle. And do I have them correct? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, just tell me if these notes are right. It's nonsense, but beautiful nonsense. It's less that there's no time to explain and more there's too much time to explain all of it. This is going to be the worst historic site to work through. Let's heal up. Work through another turtle. Honestly, actually, I just realized we do have this flaming bronze dagger. If I use that and give it a chem cell, that'll light the turtles on fire, and they're more susceptible to that. There, that'll go a little faster. I'm gonna slide down it. Oh, son of a bitch. We can teleport away from this if it gets really bad. Stinger, poisoning venom, horns. Horns is really, really good. We need a way to actually up our strength forever, but we could do that. It's definitely the best of what we have here. Let's go with antlers. Why not? That's not any better. Well, shit. Kinda hope that was the last from there. Well, that's an even worse corner. There are so many turtles. And Analog's Treeswoe right here. Okay, I can teleport again, which... Is that not close enough? Yep, that's a bit of a problem. I guess we're going down. Whew. The parade of turtles here is kind of amazing. It's turtles all the way down. Two-hearted corrosive gas generation? Could do that. I don't mind toughness. I have constantly been told about how good corrosive gas generation is, so why don't we go ahead and do that? I will finally make Quixote very happy. I believe it was Quixote. So out of curiosity, why do you love corrosive gas generation so much? I mean, it did just absolutely wreck those. I mean, yeah, I guess, like, them surrounding us is less of a problem right now. We can just time dilation them too. Yeah, okay, I get it. But also, why do you like it? It's a damage that ignores armor value, it zones away enemies, so it's an escape tool, and it's AoE, which is hard to come by. Yep, yeah, that's... I see all of those points immediately. My issue is I worry about the things that it destroys nearby. Oh, the game lock did go away. That's because of the crash, I'm sure. Sorry about that. Yeah, it started doing some real weird things because of that. Sorry about that. Yeah, wow, it reset a bunch of stuff. No, it was definitely worth pointing out because I wouldn't have noticed. You even donated to make sure that Choice Chamber was next. We need to make sure that stays. Yeah, like, we're just gonna be able to chew through them now. Because look at the AoE that we're doing. Get out of here. Alright, yeah, corrosive gas for, like, early on, so at least, definitely seems very, very nice. Yeah, accidentally corrosive gassing a nearby Beetle. Okay. So that's what's always turned me away from corrosive gas, is that, like, the splash damage of corrosive gas can make a lot of things go kaboom. And I don't love that. Let's go look at this legendary tortoise that we left there alone. Hi, yeah, you. Get wrecked, you stupid prick. Cool. Oh great, I forgot we have horns, but only on one head. We can still wear hats. Neat. For as good as it is, you'll take the downside. I just worry that the downside is literally death when it goes wrong. And that it can go wrong a lot. Boy, it really does wreck these turrets, though. But goddamn. I will give you that. The confidence that I have to just go into, like, 7 turtles right now is kind of amazing. Hey, Death Incarnate, good to see you. Back to the Cud Mines. God, I threw away, like, one of the most incredible Truekin runs that I've ever had. For, like, luck anyway. We had so many cybernetics to choose from. The potential of it was there. The cooldown on corrosive gas is really low also. I probably won't use it this often most of the time. But boy, are these turtles annoying. I mean, we are on Jeefson, or Jeef Daughter the 23rd? Or something? Yeah. Yeah. So maybe in the next, like, 30 we'll have good luck. We'll get the run. Yeah, the carapace synergy of Gas and Titan is certainly there. Merlulob the Surly, legendary irritable tortoise. Disliked by Arshish, disliked by Gyre Whites, and hated by trees. So I could make friends with Gyre Whites, trees, and villagers of Arshish. That's really good. So we're gonna maybe not gas directly next to that chest. I don't want to break our artifact. However, now okay, this is also where I feel like we probably want to get meditation. Because if we can just stand still in our carapace, we can get huge regeneration bonuses. That's kind of amazing, actually. We could do some really interesting stuff. Digital Helm of Shishan. The fuck is that? Grants electrical generation at level 1 and 2 mental armor. Okay. I mean, we found 2 legendary guns in the first, like, 10 minutes of playing this. So, realistically, things are going pretty incredible. Especially we kept on running into areas where we just spawned in and were immediately surrounded in the worst possible ways. We had such terrible luck at first, it seemed. Now things are going pretty incredible. Let's put that lower. This was such a weird start. Oh, for... Do you see what I mean? This is the most cursed and uncursed run at the same time. What the hell? How do we get lost and immediately find ourselves next to a puma? Absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. That's actually kind of unbelievable. Like, getting lost in a Snapjaw fort is already not great luck. Getting lost in a Snapjaw fort next to a puma? When we're at level... I mean, I guess we're level 10 already. Oh, okay. That'll also cause that. I didn't realize that would loosen our carapace. Let's put our carapace back on. Okay, horse. You shouldn't be mad at me. I did not make you do this. You went into my fart aura all on your own. Yeah, it making random things mad at us is such a downside. Okay, bearings regained. Goddamn. Let's dump off some of these things I don't want. Oh, also, I need to buy a bunch of slugs from Tam here. Oh. By one new mutation. Domination, huh? Domination, beguiling, mental mirror. I might just... These are like tempting to do weird, dumb bullshit with. But I already have weird, dumb bullshit. So do I really need to do that? I mean, beguiling is probably the one that I'd want. Domination... That's if we really want to, like, change bodies. I like my body. We've built a good body. Mental Mirror is just solid, but we're gonna have solid mental armor anyways because of our high ego. However, if we have high ego, we're gonna have a bunch of things attacking us all the time with their own high ego. So maybe Mental Mirror is good? My endgame run was not an ego run, if I remember correctly. So like at least not like a stupid high one. I'm gonna go with that still. And I won't buy another mutation for a while. It's gonna make myself more unkillable as much as I can. And I honestly have like no idea what I want to spend skill points on. Just like a ton of toughness might not be the worst thing. If we have really high toughness, like meditation, the carapace, and corrosive gas generation, nothing can kill us for a very long time. I might just defense our way into everything. Where's what I'm looking for? Self-discipline, right. We would like to find regeneration now, because if we get regeneration as a mutation with meditation here... Like... Put on time dilation, put on corrosive gas, pull ourselves into our shell, and then just sit there and wait until everything's dead is kind of amazing. Willpower is a really big one for us to build on too, actually. I should be putting points into willpower. Okay, we're gonna make ourselves very tough to kill. I guess that's the plan. The plan is, I don't want to die. Live and drink. That's what we're doing. We're gonna live. Alright, we have figured it out. That's the plan. It is 12:40. We're on our final attempt. And I need to go to bed. Because this one's looking like it might go for at least a little while longer. We've done a pretty good job so far. I honestly thought we were just going to be done tonight, considering how quickly that second attempt went. When I lost that first one, the Truekin, I was very sad. Oh shit, Argiv's beating the hell out of this Mechanimist. Oh. At least I told him the nice lie of I gave you, I actually threw his thing in the well. I did not. But I gave him comfort before he died. Argiv has no fucks to give sometimes. GG if I want more attempts. You got lots of channel points. That should be up to you. That's if you want to see more CUD, then you can do it. But I'm gonna head off to bed. Thank you all for being here. It's been a wonderful night. It was fun to do Dotsider into a little bit of Roguary. And I'm gonna host you over to somebody else, so don't go away. Let's see who's around. Add another attempt! Another attempt has been added. We're locked into the CUD zone. I may not need it. This is the run. You said this is the run, so we should be good. Alright, I will see you not tomorrow, but Friday, where subs and patrons, make sure you vote in the Discord, because we are currently doing a vote for what we play on Friday. And you can still add things in if you want to see it. Yeah, the gas has been really good. You're not wrong. Let me host you over to somebody else. See who's around.